you know, in the media in New York and nationwide. And when I'm letting somebody know about an exhibition, it's like, I assure you that, depending on the artist and if it's an appropriate choice in terms of submitting work for consideration, I always send hard copy, physical things. You know, it'd be a CD with selections of the work that are going to be in the exhibition, and then just some nice color reproductions. You know, you saw in the catalogs that I passed around, 6 to 8 images, plenty. But you want to give them something that they can hold, and then you basically make it really personal. You can always say something, you know, like that you have followed their writing, you feel that, you know, based on their, you know, your perceived, you know, understanding of what their interests are, that you felt that they might be interested in acquainting themselves with your work, and you wanted to extend a personal invitation to attend your exhibition, and you give them the date, the location, and always the ending date of your exhibition. Because, you know, if these people actually do make the physical effort to get there, and the show is closed, and you didn't provide that crucial bit of information, it's not a good thing. So, okay. So again, it's like you're not doing it. There's nothing that should be in this correspondence. I don't care whether it's a critic, you know, a curator, whatever. Never ever put people in a feeling of, like that they have some sort of an obligation. Again, this is a cultivation over a period of time. And your persistence over a long period of time, I think, establishes your seriousness, your commitment. But don't approach this thinking you're going to get something back immediately. You're sort of like planting these seeds. So, and then finally, you know, it's like you give them the information, you know, about the exhibition, and then you just say, you know, that you would appreciate, you know, any consideration that they might be able to extend to you, you know, in this situation, and then whatever you've enclosed in the packet, and you thank them in advance for their, you know, support. And that's really all it has to be. And then you can follow it up with an electronic press release with an image. But don't just rely on these sort of electronic, you know, submissions. I'm telling you, it does not do the trick. And I have tried everything over the years. I've tried constant contact. I've tried them all. Some situations are appropriate for these things, but nothing beats something that's been personally tailored to somebody for a particular reason. It shows that you're astute, that you're aware, you know, that you really have an understanding of why you're approaching this particular person. Now, there are a lot of places that you can get media lists. I have all those things in the book, but, you know, I will mention a few things that you should be aware of. Carol Michaels in New York, and it's Carol, C-A-R-R-O-L, R-R-O-L-L, Michaels, M-I-C-H-E-L-S. She has a list of critics in media, and, you know, of course, she's an East Coast girl, but she has it for the whole country. There are big media houses like Burrell's, where, you know, all of that information is, you know, available. But a really smart way for artists to get the information is to just go to Barnes & Noble or a good smoke shop that's got all kinds of magazines. It's just like I just had one of my associates do that in New York about 3 or 4 weeks ago, because we have an artist, and I think I sent around information about her, that does flamework glass. So I just said, before you come up here on the train and I talk to you about this project, you know, just go into Barnes & Noble's and buy everything they've got that's related to, you know, glass, craft, anything that you think might be appropriate. You know, then we stack up, you know, about $150 worth of magazines, and then we start to, you know, to go through. Now, of course, because I have done this for a good number of years, you know, it's like we've got sort of media lists that are appropriate for different areas. That's another responsibility that an artist really has, of identifying who these writers are, and it doesn't just have to be a major art magazine. Look at different sort of culture magazines, or arts and visual communication, or, you know, different things that have to do with, you know, a certain area where they cover, you know, cultural visual arts events. In other words, look for the possibilities beyond just the major art, you know, critics at major art magazines. Look at the other possibilities that are out there, your daily, and weekly newspapers that, might have contributing art critics. And also look at radio and television. Sometimes, when we get a client a show in another part of the country, we're able to get them on a television show for an interview. So it's like you have to sort of be willing, to develop this part of your career, and it's always the weakest thing in any artist's resume that I have. There's no exception to that statement. It's the thing that artists put the least energy into. And the energy should be balanced between exhibition quality, trying to get sales and trying to get coverage. Those are your three key areas that need to be given attention.